Hi students, welcome to our class on machine learning. Myself, Dr. N. Tirupati Rao, working as associate professor in the department of CSE, VIT, Vizag. So, as part of our lectures, so in our previous lecture, we had seen the linear regression. So today we are going to see the another important type of technique in regression models, that is the logistic regression. So let us go and see what is this logistic regression and how it can be implemented and what are the real time various examples that can be used this logistic regression. See, this is the syllabus you have in second unit, as we are discussing these concepts in second unit. Last classes we had seen the linear separability decision regions, linear discriminates, and of course the important regression model, that is linear regression model. So I told you the second unit is comprising of two main techniques, classification and regression models. So we are going to discuss in detail about the each and every topic that will come under this classification and regression models. So far we had completed in our previous lectures the classification models, and now we are discussing about the regression models. In our previous lecture we had seen the linear regression. So what is a linear regression, types of linear regression, and what are various applications of linear regression, and how you are going to represent a linear regression in a problem, and how this linear regression can be used in different types of real time problems. All those things we had discussed in our previous lecture. Now coming to today's lecture, we are going to see this logistic regression. So this is one of the another important regression model that is available, and we will see in detail what is this logistic regression, what are various types. The content of this lecture are, so logistic regression basics, what is logistic regression, how it can be implemented, what is the benefits of using this, and what way it is helping us to find the better results in machine learning, and of course some of the real time applications and examples of this logistic regression, and a detailed differences between the linear regression and logistic regression I had given at last, such that for better understanding for you people. So these are the contents of this lecture, and the outcome of this lecture is the student can have a better knowledge about the types of regression models and how a logistic regression can be implemented on a real time problem that can be understood, and moreover the student can have the better knowledge about the various types of regression models and the main differences between this linear regression and logistic regressions can be understood by a student. Okay, let us go into the deeper. See, as part of this we are seeing already, we had seen in our previous lectures the regression. So basically what is a regression? So the regression will give you always a relationship between a dependent variable and an independent variable, where the minimum condition should be one independent variable should be there. That is, you have one dependent variable and one independent variable, and you need to representing the relationship between these two variables. But here the condition is you need to have one independent variable, otherwise if no independent variable is there, you cannot give the relationship between the two variables. Hence the condition for this regression is it always give you the relationship between a dependent and independent variables, where one minimum independent variable should be there. That is the thing. And moreover, this basically this regression is used for predicting or forecasting the values. And one more important point we will understand is here this regression will give you how the dependent variable is going to change when there is some slight changes in the independent variable. So these are the different things we are going to learn or understand about this regression model, and moreover this regression can be used to find the continuous values. Wherever the problems are having the data, in the data, if the data is in the form of a continuous values, you have to use this regression model. So that is the regression, and these are the terminologies, various terminologies used in the regression we had already discussed: dependent variable, independent variable, outlier variables. So what is a dependent variable? So this is the main factor in this regression analysis, and this will be called as the target variable or the dependent variable. And independent variable is the another variable which is going to influence the dependent variable. And of course an outlier is an observation which lies in between the high value and low value, such that in contrast to the observed values. So basically this outlier, if it is outlier is present in any data, it is going to suppress or it is going to influence the data analysis. So best thing, whenever you have an outlier value in a data set, try to remove it or avoid that such data outlier in the data. So that is the thing about these various terminologies. this regression analysis. So, basically this regression analysis helps us to predict the values, and it helps to work with the continuous values, and it will give you the relationship between the dependent and independent variable. And of course, these are the different types of regression models that are available in literature. The most important regression models are linear and logistic regression. In our previous lecture, we had discussed about this linear regression. In the current lecture, we are going to discuss about this logistic regression. See, let us move on to this logistic regression. See, what is this logistic regression? How it is going to useful to us. See, logistic regression is the appropriate regression analysis to conduct when the dependent variable is dichotomous. I already told you dichotomous means a binary. That means you are going to have the values as only two, that is either 1 or 0, true or false, yes or no, correct or wrong. Like this, whenever a dependent variable has the values only two values, in such cases this logistic regression is mainly used. Like all regression analysis, the logistic regression is a predictive analysis. Yes, of course, like other types of regression models, this logistic regression is also used to predicting type of problems, or for prediction of data or various variables values, we will use this logistic regression. The output of the logistic regression will be only between the 0 and 1. So, as we already told, the values are in between the binary values 0 and 1. So, whatever the output you are going to get from this logistic regression problems, the value lies between 0 and 1. That means, the output will be only two values that lies between the 0 and 1. See, next point, logistic regression is used to describe data and to explain the relationship between the one dependent binary value and one or more nominal or ordinal or interval or ratio level independent variables. So, basically this logistic regression is used to give the relationship between one dependent variable and one more independent variable. That independent variable may be of with data type, it may be nominal or ordinal or interval or ratio level or independent variable. So, all these are different variables with different values. So, basically this logistic regression is used to give the predictive analysis, and this will, especially this logistic regression is used mainly in the problems where the output of the dependent variable will give you the two values, that is binary values, or in other words we can say the output of a regression model when there is a dichotomous value, then automatically you have to go to that logistic regression model. So, this is the about this basic of this logistic regression. Let us go in deeper into this logistic regression. See, logistic regression is mainly worked on the basis of maximum likelihood estimation. So, the main logic in linear regression, we are using the least square minimum error method estimation model to get the linear curve, whereas in the logistic regression, we are using the maximum likelihood estimation model to describe or to derive this logistic regression model. See, in logistic regression, we pass the weighted sum of inputs through an activation function that can map values in between 0 and 1. So, here we are going to develop or derive an equation or a function. That function is nothing but your logistic function, and this function is going to map the values in between 0 and 1. That means, whatever the function you have derived for this logistic function, that function is going to give you the output results. Those results are between the 0 and 1. Why? Because these are in between 0 and 1. We already told that logistic regression is mainly comprised or working with the type of output variables where the data output data is binary. So, binary means we already know it is whether 1 or 0, true or false, yes or no, or correct or wrong. Like this, only two outcomes may be there for that value, either 1 or 0, anything from those two only, no third variable will be there. In such cases, mostly this logistic regression is used. Such activation function, so whatever the logistic function or activation function we are deriving is known as sigmoid function. So, in logistic regression, whatever the function we are going to derive, that function can be taken here as the sigmoid function, and the curve obtained is called as sigmoid curve. So, in linear regression, we are using the linear function to derive the linear curve, linear region curve. Whereas in logistic regression, we are using the S-shaped curve, that we are going to use the function called sigmoid function. With that, we are going to generate a curve. That curve shape or the curve model is sigmoid curve, or it is in the form of an S curve. So, in similar fashion like linear regression, here also we are going to generate the linear function see logistic function, that function can be called here as the sigmoid function. With that, by using that sigmoid function, you are going to generate a curve, and the shape of that curve is called the S-shaped curve. So, types of questions that binary logistic regression can answer. See, how does the probability of getting lung cancer? So, what is the probability of getting the lung cancer by using exercise or by doing some healthy habits? What is the chances or probability of getting lung cancer? Such type of problems. By using these many steps, whether he can get the cancer or not. Similarly, do body weight, calorie intake, fat intake and age have an influence on the probability of having a heart attack? So, by following healthy habits, by taking food, by taking good food and by having a regular exercise, whether all these factors are going to help that a person whether going to get an heart attack or not. So, here the answer is very simple, whether by following all these things or good habits, whether a person can get heart attack or not. That is the problem we are going to solve. By observing all these things, definitely we know, definitely the person may not get the heart attack, that is the reason. But only if you observe here that difference is, but if you are observing the answers there, whether the person may get the heart attack or not. If based on his habits, he may get, he may not get. If the habits are good, he may not get. If the habits are bad, he may get the thing. If you observe this pattern of answers, we are observing only two types of answers for that question. So, that is the thing of this logistic regression. See how this logistic regression can be understood in a better way. See, we are having x1, x2, x3 are the inputs, theta 1, theta 2 and theta 3 are the weights we are going to give to this function, and the outputs which we are going to get is all the processing can be done here in this model logistic function, and we are getting the two outputs, happy or sad. No more third value. Why? Because we already know it will give you the two outputs, either 1 or 0 or A or B, plus or minus, like that, happy, sad. So, good or bad, like that. Here the outcomes may be happy or sad, only two outcomes, any of that one may be arrived as the output of this logistic function. See, the logistic regression was used in the biological sciences in early 20th century. So, this logistic regression is being used in the medical applications, biological applications since from the 20th century, because this is mainly used because for a disease pattern or for if you want to confirm a disease, the main answer for the disease for a patient is only two answers, whether the patient got disease or he do not have any disease. So, in such most of the health problems or most of the health related applications will have the similar type of model. Why? Because whether the patient has the disease or not. So, most of the medical applications we can assume, most of the medical applications may come under this logistic regression model. See, take an example. So, we have a mail, now take a real time example, we have a mail, now we need to identify whether that mail is spam or not. A simple example. See, consider a scenario where we need to classify whether an email is spam or not. So, we got an email, now we need to identify whether this is a spam email or normal email. See, if we use linear regression for this problem, so for better understanding we are comparing both linear regression and logistic regression for the same problem. How if the same linear regression is used for the same problem, how it is there? There is a need for setting up a threshold based on which classification can be done. So, we need to keep a threshold value if we use the linear regression on the same problem such that to classify the mail. Suppose if you are fixing the threshold value, if you fix the more than the actual value or less than the actual value, you may not classify the data exact way how you want. So, automatically the machine may go for a wrong choices. Sometimes even an actual mail or a correct mail may also be considered as a spam mail. In other words, an actual spam mail can also be considered as an actual mail and it can be sent to the inbox. So, by using this linear regression in these spam models, it is very difficult because we have to keep the threshold value while we are fixing this linear regression model. Comparatively see, if the actual class is malignant, predicted continuous value is 0.4 and threshold value is 0.5. See, actual value we got is 0.4, but the threshold value is 0.5. That means we are getting less than our threshold value, such that we may consider that this mail may be a spam mail, email may be spam. So, we will send that email to the spam by thinking that it is a spam. The data point will be classified as not malignant, which can be lead to serious consequences in real time. So, based on this threshold value, we may think that it is less than the 0.5. So, we will think it is a good mail and we will send it to the actual inbox, where the new actual problem will start to the user, whoever is using that email ID. So, that is the problem with this linear regression if we use in the same email problem. See, simple logistic regression, how it can be used. Take the sigmoid function. So, I told you already, we are using a function here in logistic regression. By using that logistic function, we are going to calculate the logistic values or function values of this function regression model, and here the function whatever we are taking can be called here as the sigmoid function, and the curve which are going to generate from that function can be called as sigmoid curve or S-shaped curve, and this curve can be seen here as like this. See this curve, you can see this S-shaped curve. See, the sigmoid function, also called the logistic function, gives an S-shaped curve that can take any real valued number and map into a value between 0 and 1. We already know that it is the logistic function, whatever we are going to take, it is going to generate the curve in the form of an S shape, and that function is sigmoid function, and most of the values which is going to generate will be kept in the interval of the values in between 0 and 1, because as we already know that logistic regression will always work on the output values of binary values 0 and 1. Here the model what we are taking as output can be either 0 or 1. Hypothesis is z equal to wx plus b, and h theta of x equal to sigmoid of z, and sigmoid function is this sigmoid of z can be taken as the sigmoid function. If z goes to infinity, then y predicted will become 1 at some point. In same time, if z goes to finite values, the y will become 0. So, based on the values, sometimes it may go high, that means 1, sometimes it may go 0 or low value, but the value should be in between the 1 and 0. That is the thing you need to understand from this logistic regression model. So, basically there are 3 types of logistic regressions are there. The first one is binary logistic regression, second one is multinomial logistic regression, third one is ordinal logistic regression. These are the 3 types of logistic regressions we have. First one, if you see the binary logistic regression, the categorical response has only 2 possible outcomes from this. So, like the spam or not. So, binary logistic regression will give you the outputs as only 2 values, true or false, 1 or 0. Basically, the best example for this, whether you got the email, this email is a spam or not, is a best example for this binary logistic regression. Now, coming to this multinomial regression model, 3 or more categories without ordering. So, you are not going to keep the content in ordering model and having 3 or more number of categories, then we will take that regression model as multinomial logistic regression model. Similarly, third one, ordinal logistic regression, 3 or more categories with ordering. If 3 or more categories of data is there and all the data we had kept in the form of an ordering model, then we will take that as an ordinal logistic regression. Simply the main difference here is the 3 types of logistic regressions are there. Binary logistic regression, where you will have the 2 output values from the function. So, that may be 0 or 1 or 0 binary value. Multinomial, 3 or more categories of data is there without any ordering is there, then it can be taken as the multinomial or logistic regression. Suppose you have 3 or more values or categories of data with ordering values, then you will consider that model as ordinal logistic regression model. So, these are the 3 types of logistic regressions we have. See, some of the real time applications of this logistic regression are whether a patient will get heart attack or not. So, we are giving some healthy habits like patient is doing this, patient is doing this, patient is doing daily exercise, patient is eating daily good food, he is maintaining, he is taking the medicine. Now, you tell me what is the whether the patient may get heart attack or he may not get the heart attack. So, based on his regular practices, food habits, regular actual things what he is doing, based on that we are going to predict whether a person is going to get the heart attack or not. That is one of the real time example. The student gets accepted. So, by considering all the exams whatever the student had attended so far and whatever the credits he got after completing his course, and moreover his basic entrance marks and his characters, all those things will be analyzed based on that whether the student is going to get an admission in the higher studies or not is going to be done as second examples. That means, we are going to give a student admission in the higher studies based on his previous records. The output of that function is, the problem is whether the student is getting admission in the higher studies or not, the output is. But for that, what we are going to analyze the data is his previous marks, his previous track record, his academic record, his qualifications, his entry exam marks, and of course, his communications. All these things we will consider. Based on these all these factors, we are going to analyze whether he is going to get the admission in the higher studies or not. That is one more real time example. If you see the next one, whether a transaction is fraudulent or not, that is another important. So, by analyzing the data, by analyzing the details of the account, you can clearly say whether the account is a fraudulent account or a correct account. So, like this, we have different types of applications, but you have to analyze or understand one thing here. Whenever whatever the applications you are considering, the output of that applications is only binary values you are getting. That thing. So, simply with that we can understand that whatever the problems in real world we are taking, whether if the data is having or the answer of the data is having the two outputs, maybe or may not be, or yes or no, like this binary values, you have to use the logistic regression. That is the understanding we have to keep in our mind whenever we are working with this logistic regression models. So, now coming to this important thing, that is the major differences between this linear regression and logistic regression. I told you both are in the regression models, and which with very small differences, both are used in the machine learning applications. Let us see the main differences between this linear regression and logistic regression. See here, linear regression is used to predict the continuous dependent variable and using a given set of independent variables. So, basically linear regression is used to predict the continuous values, whereas logistic regression is used to predict the categorical dependent variables. So, here the continuous dependent variables are used or determined by using linear regression, whereas in logistic regression categorical dependent variables are used in the logistic regression. The second difference is linear regression is used for solving regression problem, whereas logistic regression is used for the classification problem. I told you classification and regression. So, basically linear regression is used for the prediction of values, whereas logistic regression is mainly used for the classification problem. That means classifying the data, and with that you are telling the answer yes or no, that is. So, that is the second difference in terms of working examples. Coming to third one, in linear regression we predict the value of continuous variables. So, here the data with which we are working in this linear regression is the continuous data. So, the whatever the variables we are working with and we are finding the values of those variables, we are going to get from those variables are the continuous data. Similarly, in logistic regression we are going to predict the values of categorical values. As we know, we are using the classification method. Classification method means we are going to classify and categorize the data. So, whatever the variables you are going to use in the model, that variables are going to give you the categorical values, whereas in linear regression you are getting the continuous variables or continuous values. Coming to this next, in linear regression we find the best line by which we easily predict the output. So, we are generating the easier line or linear regression model line, with that we are getting or predicting the values, whereas in logistic regression we are using the S-shaped curve. We can call that as a sigmoid function with the S-shaped curve. With that we are going to generate the curve in the logistic regression. Coming to this, least square estimation method is used in the linear regression model, whereas maximum likelihood estimation method is used in the logistic regression. So, as a glance you see again the major differences between this linear and logistic regressions. First one is linear regression is used mainly to find the continuous dependent variables, whereas logistic regression is mainly used for the categorical dependent variables. Second difference is it is mainly used for solving the regression problem, whereas logistic regression is mainly used to solve the classification problem. And third one is it is mainly used to predict the continuous type of variables, whereas the logistic regression is mainly used to find the categorical type of variables. In linear regression we use the best fit line as linear curve, whereas in logistic regression we use the sigmoid function. For best fitting we will generate the S-shaped curve, whereas in linear regression we are using the least square estimation model, whereas in logistic regression we are using the maximum likelihood estimation. So these are the some of the major differences between the logistic regression, and some more differences we can see in the next slide. That is, see the fifth one is the output of linear regression must be a continuous value such as price, age, etc. But whereas the output of a logistic regression is a binary value, that is yes or no. That means in linear regression, whatever the output we are getting, it is a continuous value, whereas in a logistic regression, the output value which we are getting is a binary or a discrete value. We can understand in an easy way. In linear regression, the relationship between dependent and independent variable must be linear. But whereas in logistic regression, there is no need of or not much required for a relation between a dependent and independent variable. But in linear regression, the dependent and independent variables relation must be in a linear fashion. And the last one is, in linear regression, there may be a collinearity between the independent variables, but in logistic regression, the collinearity between the independent variables is not there. So this is the some of the major differences. Again, we will see this. The output for a linear regression always is a continuous values, whereas the output from a logistic regression is a discrete values or binary values such as 0 and 1. There is always a collinearity between the independent variables in linear regression, whereas in logistic regression there will be no collinearity between the input variables. And the relationship between dependent and independent variable should be always linear in a linear regression, whereas in logistic regression the relationship between the independent and dependent variables may not be linear in some cases also. So this is the some of the major differences between a linear regression and logistic regressions. So these are some of the textbooks, these were prescribed in your syllabus. So you please go through these textbooks whenever you have, and these reference textbooks whenever you have free time, you please go through this. You can have the better knowledge and better idea about these topics for your future thing. And this is some of the references where I had prepared this content, and I had collected these are source from these sources. I had collected this material and I presented this. And thank you for giving me this opportunity.